Hey guys, Derby Wildor here. Check this out. Oh, gotta go all the way over here so everybody can see it. Dun dun dun! It's a Derby house! And it's complete with a missing kitchen! And very sketchy wiring. I think this is 110. And I think this is 12 volt right here. Look at that duct tape. Now look at this. Don't need no bed. I'll just put an air mattress in here. And I'll use this water heater as my pillow. And of course, the most important part of this whole camper. Ta-ta! A toilet! I have my very own toilet! Alright guys, in all seriousness, this is my new camper. It's a 31-foot Holiday Rambler Presidential Alumilite. So, I'm guessing since it's called an Alumilite, it was probably one of the first ones to take advantage of these aluminum frame up here. So, it's pretty light considering how big it is. Only supposed to be about 4,500 pounds empty and about 6,000 pounds fully loaded, which means I can haul it with my F-150. I got this trailer from my good friends over at JBC Mobile Home Transport, and he was like, you know, if you can move it, it's yours. So here we are. So you can see lots of subflooring replacement, ceiling replacement, air conditioning works. That's about 90% of it right there. Air conditioning and the refrigerator works. Install a new microwave, all that fun stuff. So I'm going to have to play Derbador the Carpenter to install all new cabinets and stuff. So it's going to be fun. But today's video is actually going to be about my last week. It has been, I've had some fun customers. And everybody, you know, it makes everybody feel better to hear that, you know, you're not the only one that has to deal with stupid customers. Honest guys like me have to deal with stupid customers all the time, and it's difficult. Because right now, you can see the bluestar here. Let me see. See right here. Had to take the carburetor off. Carburetor's all jacked up on the bluestar, so I'm waiting for a rebuild kit for it to show up. I just put a ladder rack on the trailer. Ta-ta! Ladder rack on the trailer. Ah! Dang! Just nailed my knee on the trailer hitch. But I'm going to the shop and enjoy the nice shop air conditioning. So, off to our video. Let me set this down. I'm playing jiggle camera. Ah! Can you see me, YouTube? Sorry, probably should have posted a warning there. I'm using this professional film editor's can of carburetor cleaner as a stand for my phone. I got my throat clearing Mountain Dew. So, on go how my last couple weeks have been. 3 weeks ago, the carburetor in the bluestar started completely flooding and just not regulating gas worth of crap. So I went through a whole slew of things. I put a new spark plug in it. I flushed out the gas tank. I flushed out all the lines. I put a new line going to the fuel pump because a vacuum-driven fuel pump. I put a new line going to the fuel pump. I used ethanol-free gas. I put a new battery in it. I had a little lawnmower type battery, and it drained that thing. Apparently, the bluestars are infamous for their battery hogs. You have to have a huge battery in it to keep it happy. And apparently, when it runs out of battery power, it doesn't have enough power for the throttle, the 12-volt throttle actuator, to actually keep it at full throttle. So it'll choke down and choke down and choke down to the point where it actually releases it so much it shuts off. So, yeah, that was fun. So I had multiple issues, and I've narrowed everything down to senior carburetor. Oh yeah, and guys, listen. I learned this the hard way. don't use gasket maker for the seal, you know, where the bowl hooks up. Don't do that. Don't. It swelled up. This is what happened. My second go-round of taking it apart and cleaning it was it would not let me little float come up all the way and close this little needle seat valve right here. So what was happening was it come up and the gasket maker had swollen up all on the inside and it couldn't come up all the way. It was completely flooding that poor Takumish XL OH160. So yeah, don't use a proper rebuild kit. Now I gotta wait 2 weeks for a rebuild kit. So yeah, that happened. But I was able to get the job done. So just barely, you know, I ain't got a good metaphor for it, but I was barely able to get the job done, but I got it done. So I'm now running around with the 145 as my main welding machine again. And then I had the truck, since my main work truck, my 79 F-150, is an antique, and it was coming from out of state, in the state of North Carolina. It has to be inspected by an agent from the Department of License and Theft Bureau to verify the VIN number. So he comes out, he verifies the VIN number, and I get my title. I take my title up to the local DMV to get another plate for it, because I need a weighted tag for it. I've been running around with what they call the first in flight, which is your basic, like a car plate or a truck you're not going to haul anything in, but, you know, a piece of furniture, which is only gives you 4,000 pounds. So I got a 7,000 pound weighted tag. I was going to get a 7,000 pound weighted tag. This was 4 weeks ago. They told me that there's an amendment on my title when I took it up there. Well, 4 phone calls, 4 weeks later, four long phone calls with DMV, I finally got a guy who knew what was going on, and he got the issue fixed for me. It was a server database error. Basically, when they mailed me the title, they didn't actually activate the title. Now, activate, if that's what you call it. They pulled it out the file and mailed it and didn't put it in the computer. Oh yes, this title's good to go. It's been inspected. Someone can use this title now. They didn't put that in the database. So, finally got somebody who knew what was going on and got it dealt with. So, then, not that long ago, about 2 weeks ago now, I got a guy brings a aerator. I can pull behind the tractor, you know, the little hole puncher aerator. That kind. I have a $50 shop minimum. You got to have a minimum, because if you got stuff rolling in and out all day, $10 here, $10 there, $5, you know, that's stupid. You'll never, it won't be worth it. You can't be doing $10 jobs, alright? You know, you may as well be working at McDonald's if you're doing $10 jobs for people. Alright, that's ridiculous. So, he brings this thing by, and, you know, he was very nice at first, and, you know, as soon as I told him I had a $50 minimum, he basically lost it. And I was like, I apologize, but, you know, it's up to you. I politely told him we got $50 minimum. And he was just like, well, that don't make any sense. I paid $40 for it. Why am I going to give you $50 to fix it? You know, very stern-like. I was like, well, told him, it's your call what you want to do with it. I'm here. I got everything set up. I can weld it up right now for you, but it's gonna be $50. He's like, well, that's just absurd. I'll give you $10. And I was like, no, my shop minimum is $50, and you're free to shop around. That's your call to do. You know, it's all up to you what you want to do, but my minimum is $50. And he's like, so you're not going to do it? I was like, well, I will gladly do it if you pay me $50. And he was like, well, I'm not going to pay you $50. And I was like, well, then I can't do it. I'm sorry. So you know, I'm kind of walking away. I can tell he's getting kind of hostile, so I'm just kind of walking away back up towards the shop. And the funny thing is, he wants to gripe about all that. He's driving a brand new Nissan Titan. I mean, go figure. You're driving a brand new Nissan Titan with a Cummins, and you're up here, getting mad at me over $50. I mean, give me a break. It's like I had a guy show up in a Silverado 1500 about 3 weeks ago, and he wanted me to weld the drive shaft. It was like, it'd be $50. He's like, okay. And it was not, did I say brand new? I didn't mean to say brand new. If I said brand new, I didn't mean brand new. It was an old Silverado. Old, like from the 80s. Probably one of the first Silverados that they came out with. But he shows up in that, and he's like, hey, you weld this drive shaft for me. I was like, yeah, sure, it'll be $50. He's like, alright, cool. Drops it off, I weld it up, he comes back, $50 cash. Never argued about it, never got nasty with me about the price, never even questioned the price. So it's like, $50, alright, cool. Drops it off, comes back later, $50 cash, he takes it, he's happy. I mean, the world we live in. So, back to Mr. Nissan Titan. He's kind of upset. I'm putting some distance between them. I was like, I'm sorry I can't help you out, And he's like, so you're turning me away. I was like, you don't want to pay $50. There's not much I can do to help you right now. He's like, then he throws his hands up in the air like this, like he's talking to everyone in the neighborhood. He's like, unbelievable! Who in their right mind turns down work in this day and age? You can't do that! In the really thick northern, almost Boston-like accent he has. He's like, who turns away work in this day and age? You can't do that! He's like, I'll give you $10 to do this. It's $10 right here for you to do right now. And it's right here. And I was like, I'm sorry, it's $50. And he's like, I'd give you $50 if you came to my house and did it, but I'm not going to give you $50. I'm at your house and you do it. And I told him, if I had to come to your house, it'd be $80 an hour, $2 a mile. He's like, of course. All you welders are so full of yourself. All you welders think you're just so big and bad. And he gets in his little Nissan Titan and leaves. And I was like, thank goodness. That I thought he was the most belligerent customer I'd ever dealt with. Until last week. Well, he really was belligerent, but, I thought he was the nastiest customer. He was the most, ugh. This last guy I had to deal with is something else. Hatchet targets. He wanted me to make some hatchet targets. I drive all the way downtown Raleigh. I do free quotes. Like, I'll drive out to you and look at your job for you for free. Pretty fair. I get down there. He pulls out this hatchet target. It's been welded together already. He's like, hey, while you're here, can you just cut this up and drill some holes in it so we can disassemble it? Because he wanted me to make 5 just like it that could be disassembled. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll just do shop rate since I'm here already. $65, I'll cut it up for you. He's like, yeah, no, sure, no problem. So I cut it up for him, and I get to a spot where I'm like, dang, I need the oxyacetylene torch. Since I was still having problems with the F-150 and the licensing, I didn't have my oxyacetylene torch with me. All I had was the angle grinder, the 145, and all on the Super Duty. So I told him, hey man, look, I can't get this with the angle grinder. How about I take it to my shop, and when I'm done, you come get it? It'll still be $65. He's like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. So I take it to my shop. I cut out the last couple welds with the oxyacetylene torch, clean it all up with the grinder, and call him up, and I'm like, hey, it's done, it's here, it's ready for you to pick up, and, you owe me $65. He's like, yeah, cool, so can you bring it back to me? I'm in Lewisburg, he's all the way in downtown Raleigh. So I'm like, yeah, I can, but I'll have to charge you for delivery if I have to bring it back. Because I thought you were coming to get it. Because I'm almost 100% positive that me and him had an understanding that he was coming to get it when I was done. He's like, you're going to charge for delivery? His tune just immediately changed, like instantaneous tune. It was like, just like that. And he's like, you're going to charge me for delivery? It belongs to me. And I'm like, I understand that, but, last time I checked, diesel isn't free. I was polite. I was very polite. I was like, well, last time I checked, diesel isn't free, I mean, you know, I thought you were coming to get it. He's like, oh, no, 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 I never agreed to me coming to get it. Oh, I was like, okay. Well, that's what I thought was going on. He was like, then he kind of cuts me off, and at that point I was willing to take it back to him for just the $65 and not worry about the delivery. Then, as I'm getting ready to say, well, I'll just bring it back, just don't worry about it, he starts getting a little belligerent with me. And he's like, you know, he's like, you need to do a better job of explaining your price to people, because this is unacceptable. I don't want you to do the other 5. Bring that back, and we're done. I'm like, I'm sorry? He's like, you know, bring that other one back. I'll pay you for your miles, but we're done. He's like, I don't like, he said something along the lines of, I don't like, you know, scamming contractors like you. You know, he was like, you guys do this stuff to me, and it's unacceptable. And I was like, I apologize for misunderstanding. No one here is trying to scam you. No one here is trying to wrong you. I was honestly under the impression you were coming to get it. I apologize. He goes, well, you need to, you know, then he gets really loud. You need to make it more clear. You need to make your prices more clear to people, because this is unacceptable. You know, if this was anybody else, he's like, you know, you could have made $3 or $4 grand on me with all these other targets, and you just blew it. You just blew $3 or $4 grand. How's that feel? You just blew $3 or $4 grand. You just lost me as a customer. How does that feel? I would strongly advise you be way more clear with your customers next time in the future about pricing. And I was like, well, I apologize that you feel like I wronged you. That was not my intent. I will see what... He's like, look, I don't have time. I'm trying to... In the middle of trying to apologize, be nice to him. He's like, I don't have time right now. You know, just, you know, I have people here that I have to deal with. Just bring it back and I'll pay you. All right? Bye. And it hangs up. I get off the phone and I'm mad. I'm like, damn. That was really the worst I've been treated in a very long... I don't think I've ever been treated so bad by a customer before. So I cooled off, and I said to myself, you know what, I'm not doing anything else for him. So I sent him a text message that said, here's the deal. You don't owe me anything for the work I did today. After the discussion we had on the phone, our working relationship is terminated. The target is sitting outside of my gate at my shop for you to come get at your earliest convenience. And that's it. And the only response I get is, okay. So he shows up at 4 in the morning or something like that, and picks it up, puts it in his truck, and leaves. And thinks he can't say anything bad about me. I didn't charge him. I apologized. He can't say anything bad about me. That's just how it is. So, there you go. I don't understand what happened. I should have... And now I look back... Not J-break. Now that I look back, I should have made him read over the paperwork and the pricing sheet. Instead of just explain it to him, I should have handed him and made him read it over and sign something. And I made that mistake. I got slack on it, and I got burnt for it. But the thing is, he acts like that, I don't want to work for him anyway. So, if somebody acts like that, you don't want to work for them anyway if they're going to act like that over a little misunderstanding. Any normal person in their right mind would have been like, oh yeah, you know, oh shoot. I guess I didn't think about you having to bring it back. Well... Tell you what, just hold on to it, and I'll come get it. I'll come get it tonight or something like that. It's that simple. It's like, dude, it's that simple. Instead of just going all belligerent and accusing me of trying to, you know, be dishonest. And the thing is, by not charging him, I proved to him I'm not dishonest. I proved to him that I am an honest person. Now he realizes he just crapped all over an honest person. Because his response to text message was just, okay. Nothing else. Never said another word to me, which I'm glad. But the thing is, I got around him and I could feel the attitude. He had that attitude of, you owe me respect. He's one of those people. You owe me respect. I demand your respect. Because. And the funny thing was, this guy was driving a brand new Corvette. I mean, what is the deal with people in brand new cars being assholes? I don't get it. I really don't get it. You get a brand new car to show the world, look, I have money. And then when it comes to me, you act like a butthole. I mean, look at what I drive. I mean, if we're talking about vehicles to money, I'm poor as dirt. I'm poor as dirt. Man, my truck is older. My truck is older than that guy I just had trouble with. For goodness sake. My truck's twice as old as me. But, you know, that's been the recent events. But the good thing is, I got the F-150s dealt with. I got new tires on it. I had one tire that just completely fell apart. That's why I was up at the shop, because I had a tire completely fall apart from the inside out. And I had to get it aligned and everything. It was awful. It was an absolute crap fest. The truck's going down, and I was like, whoa! You know, the tire was like bulging out the side, and I'm coming back from Warren County, and the thing is just going blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh crap, I hope I make it home. And I thought something serious had happened. It was bulging out on the inside, and every time I looked at it, you couldn't see it. So I took it up to the shop. I was like, something's wrong. Like, there's got to be like a bearing going out or something. And they looked at it like, no, your tires got a big old knot in it. Then I had to wait 2-3 days for tires from Amazon to show up. So I got new BF Goodrich ATs on there, which I love. I love those BF Goodrich ATs. I think I'm going to keep putting those on my truck from now on. And I got the alignment done, and it's good to go. I like it now. And I got the trailer. I got a lot done on that trailer. When I first got that trailer here a couple weeks ago, it looked like the ceiling was down here. It was mold and mildew everywhere. You could hardly breathe in it. The mold and the mildew was so bad, you couldn't hardly breathe in it. Now, you can actually breathe in it. Got a lot of the electrical systems working in it again. You know, it's awesome. And, you know, me and my wife are planning on hitting the road with it as soon as we get it done. And it'll be a blast. So I can finally do my Derbadors Travels series I've been wanting to do for so long. There's this Derbador Travel series I want to make so bad, where I get to travel the country, do welding jobs across the country, and travel to different places and show off all the restaurants and stuff, because I love to eat. I mean, look, I'm one of those guys. I love barbecue, man. I love little small town greasy spoon restaurants. I love them so much. I'll go around, I'll review all these places, and, you know, all the local activities and stuff like that. But yeah, future plans. Will it happen because I said it? Probably not. So thank you guys for watching. If you're dealing with the same situations that I've had to deal with, I feel ya. It sucks, but guys, it's the way it is. It's the way it is when you run your own business. You're gonna run into these ruts where people act stupid, and you know, you're sitting back, you're going, oh my goodness, it's hard. It's so hard. It really does hurt when you try to be an honest person and an honest business operator, and these people just crap on you. It sucks. So it is what it is, guys. You know, it's not the end of the world. Good customers will come along, and, you know, if you're like me, you got really good customers that you love working with, and eventually they're going to break something and call you. So, you know, you can be rest assured that, you know, your good clients are eventually going to call you back and be like, hey, you know, we broke something else. And, you know, it makes it all worth it at that point. It makes it all worth it at that point, guys. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't, please be sure to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. And y'all have a fantastic day.